Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime, back for another Marvel Legends action figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look for our spooky, Halloween thing, the, Cosmic Ghostrider. As you can tell, I have obviously scripted this video. Not! And now taking a look at Cosmic Ghostrider's packaging. As you can see here, it says Cosmic Ghostrider. It's got a big window showcasing the figure inside. It's got that Ghostrider logo right there. It's that same logo right there on the top right there. Here on the side, you got some nice artwork right there of, Cosmic Ghostrider. Same thing on this side. And then if we turn it around to the back, as you can see, there is some more Ghostrider images and a nice image right there, and it's got Cosmic Ghostrider's little bio here. It says, supernatural powers transform Frank Castle from a force of retribution into an eternal spirit of vengeance. So yeah, Frank Castle. Why did the Punisher get turned into the Cosmic Ghostrider? Frick, I don't know. Out of the box, there are some components that you do have to go in and assemble yourself on the motorcycle, and once you got that all done, I have to admit the motorcycle here looks really awesome. The only thing I don't really like about the motorcycle is it doesn't really look like it upon first glance, but what I don't like is that the plastic doesn't feel the best. It feels a little cheap. I don't really like the way how the plastic feels. It literally feels like just a hollow piece of plastic. But then again, if Hasbro did not make it this way, then it probably would have been a lot more expensive, because they probably would have used a lot more expensive plastic, so making it hollow like this I'm assuming was just a nice cost-cutting measure. But overall, I love the design of it. I love these exhausts on the end. I like this big old flaming effect right here. You can remove this if you wish, but it's kind of stiff to get out of there. It can be done, I just don't really want to do it. And then I like these bits of blue that go throughout the figure, or across the motorcycle right here. I also like how sculpted it on the seat. It has nice leathery texturing, and it even has just the slightest hint of cushiony kind of texturing, like almost like if it's made of a semi-pliable plastic. It's got the little handlebars, which also come separate out of the box, so you can rev up the motorcycle. It's got this big blue orb right there, and another big blue orb right in the way. And this looks really impressive. I like those little white lightning effects that are inside of there. And then finally, it does come on this little stand, and that just came undone. We're just going to ignore that. And then it comes with this little flight stand that Hasbro has reused multiple times for all their hover flying vehicle things. And it's a really good stand. It's on a ball joint, so it does provide some nice posability for the motorcycle to move around all over the place. And it's a nice accessory. And then, speaking of accessories, getting into the rest of Cosmic Ghostrider's accessories. Obviously, he comes with the famous flaming chain whip here, which is cast out of a nice yellow and orange clear plastic. I love that beautiful orange plastic on the flames. I like the bits of molded chain links. And then he comes with this pair of laser guns here. They look very similar, yet they're still different, and they both come with their own unique blast effects. This one has this blast effect, and they are molded to fit within the specific blast effects, so only this one can fit in this one. As you can see, there is that one, and then this one just plugs into this one right there, and there you go. Now he's got some nice laser blast effects that can shoot out some laser flaming goodness. So I obviously have not scripted this, can't you tell? I am running out of vocabulary. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, that's right. So these guns have specific holsters, so this one can only fit on this side, and then this gun can specifically fit into the holster on this side. So that's a nice way how to have some weapon storage there on the motorcycle. Sadly, there is no way to store these laser effects, and there's no way to store the chain, though you can just put it in his hand, obviously. But anyway, that's it for all the accessories and the motorcycle. Let's get into the actual figure itself. And right off the bat, I don't like his hips. His hips look just a little too wide from his crotch. I don't know what it is. It really feels like Hasbro was trying a little too hard in reusing these joints. I feel like they should have retooled this body just that teeny bit more so these hips could have sunk in a little more, because they just look a little too wide. Maybe his hips are just that wide because he's just so thick.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
And now here's taking a look at the Cosmic Ghostrider himself, and I actually wasn't really a big fan of this when I first saw it, the whole dome over the skull head thing. But over the like past like year or two, it's grown on me. And also, I guess it makes sense because I guess flames need oxygen in order to, all that science bullshiz. But as obviously you can tell, because it requires oxygen for flaming stuff, as you can tell, the reason why I'm not a big fan of it is because I'm not a big fan of reality. I think it would have been a lot cooler if this guy did not have the dome, which you can remove, by the way. And I feel like it would have been even cooler if this guy had a flame that that just could burn within the vacuum of space. I think that would have emphasized how powerful this guy is. But honestly, when you remove it, he actually doesn't look all that great without it. So honestly, I just keep it on there. But thankfully, when you take it off, it does allow you to pose the head around. So just FYI, that is something. We'll go over the articulation in more depth. And then coming down the rest of the body, the shoulder pads here are absolutely spiky to crap. Please exercise caution. This guy also has some amazing painting right here on the front. Obviously, this is meant to look like a Punisher skull because this is Frank Castle, after all. He's also got these bits of blue and like salmon pink, like cosmic energy all over him. And again, I love the eyes and just all this detail looks awesome. And this gunmetal gray plastic they used really shines and really makes him stand out. I like these little blue, like sci-fi kind of looking rivets on his wrists. And then he also has those overly wide hips, like I said. And then I like this armored up legs and boots thing here. He does have some treads on the bottom of the feet and peg holes. And then you can also see back here, you can see some detail of a leather jacket, because again, this is Frank Castle, so him wearing a cosmically powered level jacket, I guess, is in character. So going over the articulation here, again, if you have the dome on, you can't really rotate the head all that much, so you have to take it off, and then you can rotate it from side to side. It is on a ball joint, so it can look up and down a little bit, though if you want him to look up and down, he's going to have the dome off. And then he does have a little bit of head pivoting, but again, the dome will limit that. And then this little flame piece is a floating piece, so that can shift around. These shoulder pads are on their own separate piece, so they kind of get out of the way of the shoulder articulation. Shoulders can move forward, they can move back, they can move outward that far. He does have a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that bend over 90 degrees, but not all the way, so yeah, they're pretty good. Wrists rotate and hinge up and down, and then this one hinges up and down as well. He has a crazy diaphragm pivot that goes all over the freaking place with some deep diaphragm pivot, arching back, crunch, and waist swiveling. Though when you arch it back, there is a bit of a gap right there, so you do want to kind of close that up. And then his hips can move forward that far, they can move back that far, they can move outward that far, kind of a little weak for them being so wide. And then he does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then the ankles can move up a little bit. They're just a little tight. They can move down, and then he does get some ankle pivot. So very good articulation here on the Cosmic Ghostrider, also known as Frank Castle. And even with him being a little thick,
Damn, boy!
does make him quite easy to sit down on the motorcycle. The only part that you have to actually finagle with is you have to kind of get his hands into the handlebars without making him look like he's floating. And then finally, you just want to position the feet naturally so it looks like he's actually sitting down and riding on the motorcycle. And then there you go. You got Cosmic Ghostrider on his space motorcycle, and I have to admit, that looks really badass. And quite obviously, his guns and the blast effects, as well as his chain, really open up the opportunities for even more posing options that just look ooh. Here he is with the last Frank Castle and motorcycle I took a look at, the Punisher motorcycle, deluxe pack. And then let me back up here just a little bit. Here is the Cosmic Ghostrider compared next to my last Marvel Legends review, the Winged Venom and Null from the King in Black. So yeah, that is basically it for comparisons. Before we move on to my final thoughts, I did want to try doing a Frank Castle head swap, and that doesn't work, and that just looks wrong. Very, very wrong. And now for my... Oh boy. Jack, I swear. And that is basically it for my review on the Marvel Legends Cosmic Ghostrider. Now, I really, really like the figure. I picked him up at a booth at a Comic-Con convention, and I really like it. I don't regret my purchase at all. I really like the Cosmic Ghostrider. I just wish that we would get a really good Ghostrider in recent years. Like, we haven't had a good Ghostrider with a motorcycle in a long while, and I wish that we got another one. But Cosmic Ghostrider here definitely fills in that gap just a little bit. But again, this guy's not the original Johnny Blaze Ghostrider. This is the Cosmic Ghostrider, which is Frank Castle, and I still really like him a lot. I like the figure, I love the motorcycle. I just feel like my main issue is that his hips just don't really... they look a little too wide. And again, the motorcycle does feel like it kind of falls apart a little bit here and there. I appreciate a lot of the details and a lot of those extra little things that they added into the figure. I just really wish that the hips were just a little bit more compressed in, and the motorcycle just feels that little bit cheap, but I can obviously tell it was a cost-cutting measure. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Cosmic Ghostrider review. If I had to give this figure a rating, I give him a absolutely solid 8 out of 10. And yeah, I really like the figure, and I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to give me a like on the video, comment down below what you guys think. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more action figure and Marvel Legends videos. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Your Jordans are fake.